What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So, you know that I am a huge fan of crypto.com, a huge fan of CRO. Now, I've become less of a fan of crypto.com, the exchange, until they fully fix, giving inflated prices. Obviously, if they don't have an inflated price, I do believe the platform is great. I don't really like, I would say, the fees and probably the price increases that are there. Um, but once they have or get a handle on that, I do think that the platform is good to use, even just to navigate through and go through different positions there, understand different positions there. It's always a great platform. Speaking of that, if you guys want a referral to or you want some sort of sign up bonus for crypto.com, I do have a link down in the description. I also have one for KuCoin if you guys are interested in that. Um, but since I talk about Kronos a lot, and since I really do like what Kronos does, um, I wanted to talk about the position, and I've made tons of videos explaining whether this can get to a certain price in 2023 in 1 year. And I do think that it can get here, but I wanted to go through other price predictions because those end up being a little bit conservative with some of these price moves. And we know that when bullish markets happen, those predictions are just blown out of the water. Like when they say a certain price will only move like 1 cent or 2 cents in a matter of a year, it doesn't really make sense. Maybe opening to closing, it could make sense to some people. But if we're talking about bullish market and what things are going to get to in an actual bull run of the next 3 years that it could be, um, I expect this to run a lot more way before then. But a lot of these articles like to be conservative, so I wanted to show you how conservative they are and where my prediction is with all of this and why it lands there. So guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. It does help out the channel quite a bit. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, you can definitely follow me on Twitter at Perry8K. And don't forget about my Patreon. That link is also down there in the description. Um, but anyways, Cronos currently sits at a gain of about 3%. Now, it's not about the gain and what's happening right now because we are at about 8 cents. We have seen a decent sized move, I guess, in the last month or so. When we look at the last month being at about 5.8 cents versus a high of 8.4 cents, and seeing it, kind of move back up to where it should be in the level of 15, 20, 25, 50 cents is where I think it should be, solidly standing. And, if it does get back up to that level, obviously I've gained a lot going along that way because I've grabbed a lot of CRO while it was at lower prices and while it is at lower prices still. And currently, you're seeing this at a $2 billion market cap. So it's working its way up, working its way back up to where it needs to be and where it feels comfortable. If you look at the volume, we're seeing $31.9 million worth of volume, which may sound low to a lot of people, especially when you see a top 33 coin, right? Or top 40 coin, top 50 coin. You expect to see a lot of volume, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars that's flowing through it. But CRO doesn't need that much because a lot of it is staked in the DeFi wallet on the crypto.com platform. It just provides benefits to staking it. So that's why a lot of people have been staking it. Now, if we look at the circulating supply, we're seeing 25.2 billion. Total supply is 30.2 billion. Now, this is definitely a topic of conversation right above my head. 30.2 billion or the 25.2 billion and what's going to happen there. Why is it a topic of conversation? Well, because of things like this, right? The largest token burn in history, right, begins today. That was that day, February 22nd, 2021. They burned 70 billion CRO tokens. Now, why did they do this? Why were they burning so much? Well, it's a deflationary aspect to it, right? You decrease the supply, you increase the price potential. You don't need that much supply in a lot of coins, and you see what's not being held, what's not being used. And if you have something that is staked, that's heavily staked, when you burn that supply, when you burn a lot of that supply that they have access to, it shows that one, they have a one-to-one reserve situation, and two, that you don't need, again, that much supply. So you sit here and look at that 70 billion that's sitting out there and you're like, all right, well, you know what? let me buy that 70 billion. I'm going to, buy that back while all of the rest are being staked and everything and held. We have 70 billion here that we can just burn away, and then we could see the price increase. So whatever we're holding or whatever the investors are holding now have an increased price or an increased price potential. So while we've seen this get to a level of 90 cents or something like that, while it gets to a higher level of pushing a dollar, now it has the ability to easily get to a dollar because you have 70 billion that's burned off. So the question becomes, are we going to see more burns that happen, and kind of increase that price potential again? And that's the question we have after understanding the price prediction, because the price prediction that this article has, is talking about 2023 to 2032. And is Cronos a good investment? And when you scroll down here, you understand where their price predictions are. So literally price predictions from 2023 to 2032. If you look at 2023, you're going to see 13 cents is where they predict the price at the end of the year. Now, 13 cents, if we're going to see a bull run in the next 3 years, if we're going to see this bull run in these 3 years, it doesn't make sense how CRO is only going to move, what is it, 5 cents, right? Or maybe even less than that because it's above that 8 cent mark. So, 4.5 cents, 5 cents, is it going to move that little bit? I expect it to move so much more than just that in 1 year. And then in a matter of adding on another 3 years there, or not even in 1 year, I guess it's less than 1 year at this point, but still, in just about 1 year, moving only 5 cents is ridiculous. It's moved more than that in the last month. So I don't believe that one bit. Then saying that it's going to move up to 39 cents by 2026, literally adding on another 3 years for it to move up to 39 cents is ridiculous. And to say that by 2032, we're going to see this at $3.20, I expect so much more growth from this. And this is where you see that it's all about history and how it has moved over the last year and seeing where it started and where it ended. And they're kind of looking at that as kind of a comparison to see what the next years will do. And I hate seeing these conservative looks because they don't ever add up the right way. Like, you can break down all that you want to break down from history, but when you look at just a bull market history, you're going to see that positions like this run a lot more than what they're expecting. So by the end of 2023, in my opinion, I expect above a dollar, closing in on $2, probably getting to that level to where it resists, because that's going to be a $50 billion market cap. I believe it can get up there and can start to run if we are going to see more bullish momentum. It doesn't have to be a complete bull market, but bullish momentum will push us up to those levels, of, maybe $1.60, $1.70, and resist from that, get down to $1.20. And a lot of people that are very, very happy with being at $1, and people that take profit as they are at $1, people that reinvest a lot more because they believe it can go a lot further. And then we're adding on another piece of the puzzle, which is burning. We don't know what they're going to do with burning. Is 30 billion enough? Do you feel like 30 billion is too much? 30 billion might be too much. They might end up burning more coins and doing it surprisingly like they did the last time. Right? If we feel like it's being staked and you see people that are staking 10 billion coins and they have the ability to buy low, or they bought at these lows, and then when it gets to a certain price, they end up burning a lot more throughout time, that could be a big deal. Now, from what I understand, CRO is also being bought a lot by some whales because of how low the price is and the potential that it does have, in general, being one of the first or the first exchange to release reserve data. And the way that they did release a lot of the audit data kind of set the bar for every other exchange to do so as well. So in my opinion, CRO is going to be worth a hell of a lot more. And I can't wait to be a massive part of this, because I do hold 80,000 CRO. I don't plan on selling anytime soon. I do want to collect my initial investment, but that's not until it gets to a level to where it's kind of resisting from $1, because it will resist from $1, because it's going to start to get up to that level, and then we're going to see it surpass $1. But I will probably be a part of that resistance a little bit by taking maybe somewhere around my initial investment, $12,000, leaving some that's in there, and we'll see how that goes. I know I have my profit taking strategy, and I haven't looked at it in a little bit. So whatever that is, that's the way that we're going to move. And I can't wait for that to happen. So guys, let me know what you think about Cronos token, and what they're going to do. If you think they're going to burn, if you think there's going to be, a massive push, if you think that this prediction is correct, seeing it to $3 by 2032. Let me know if you think that prediction is correct, because that's a long time to wait for it to get to $3. And it's going to be a long time to wait for it to get to $1. Hell, it's going to be a long time to wait to get back to 39 cents, apparently. It's going to take until 2026 to get back to 39 cents. That's what their prediction is showing. I don't agree with that. Guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out my Patreon and other links that are down there. But I'm going to get out of here, and I'll catch you in the next one.